Have you ever gone for a walk? The exercise we've always been told is the best thing for our health. And yet, your legs still feel heavy afterward, like they're dragging behind you? A few of my patients describe it as if their body is working twice as hard just to stay upright. And the surprising part is, it's not about age alone. There's something deeper happening inside the legs themselves. Today, I want to talk about that hidden reason. And with me, as always, is Dr. G. Hinohara, a lifelong practitioner of traditional Japanese medicine. Welcome back, Dr. Gi.
Thank you, Dr. John. It's good to be here. When I listen to what you just described, that heaviness in the legs, the swelling, the fatigue, I'm reminded of something we often say in Japan. The river does not tire, but the dam makes it weak. In the body, when the flow of energy and blood becomes obstructed, the muscles begin to feel like stones. The secret to aging well lies not in constant motion, but in maintaining good circulation. The river must keep moving.
That's beautiful. And actually, that metaphor fits perfectly with something Western medicine is rediscovering. There's a particular muscle deep in the lower leg called the soleus, sometimes referred to as the body's second heart. When it's active, it helps pump blood back up from your legs toward your heart, essentially assisting the circulation system. But when it's underused, that upward flow weakens, leading to swelling, fatigue, and even balance problems.
Ah, yes, the soleus. In Japan, we have known it through function, if not by name. It's part of what we call the lower heater in traditional medicine, the foundation that keeps the body's warmth circulating. When that lower heater cools or becomes stagnant, people start to complain of cold feet, heavy steps, or poor energy.
Exactly. And interestingly, modern research is now showing that this muscle plays an enormous role in maintaining circulation, especially as people age. Unlike the large calf muscle that helps us jump or run, the soleus works quietly when we stand or walk, and it's full of slow twitch fibers that never tire easily. That means it's designed for endurance and stability, not speed.
Yes, it is the quiet worker. Most people train the muscles they can see in the mirror, but they forget the ones that carry them through life. The soleus lies deep beneath the surface, but without it, we cannot stand tall for long.
I've noticed that too. Many of my older patients assume walking alone keeps their legs healthy, but studies suggest walking doesn't actually engage the soleus strongly. In fact, after 60, this muscle tends to fall asleep. When that happens, people often feel sluggish, their ankles swell, and their balance starts to fade, even if they're still active.
In traditional Japanese medicine, we would say their grounding energy has weakened. When that happens, even the mind feels unstable. People become anxious or tired easily. You see, the body and mind are connected through movement and rhythm. When the lower body loses its natural rhythm, everything above it suffers.
That's fascinating. So when we talk about reactivating the soleus, we're not just improving blood flow, we're improving overall energy balance. But why does this muscle go dormant in the first place?
Mostly lifestyle. We sit too long, move too little, and wear shoes that block the natural flexing of the foot. The body was designed to bend and shift with every step, but now our movement is confined. In traditional life, squatting, gardening, sitting on tatami floors, the soleus was always awake. Today, we let it sleep for decades.
That makes so much sense. From a Western view, prolonged sitting decreases venous return, the flow of blood back to the heart. Without muscle contractions in the lower leg, fluid pools around the ankles. Over time, that can even strain the heart because it's constantly fighting gravity. So the second heart isn't just a nickname, it's a literal physiological truth.
And yet, it can be awakened very gently. You don't need to climb mountains. The key is consistency and mindful movement. In Japan, many elderly people do simple heel-raising exercises while waiting for tea to boil. These small actions, done daily, are far more powerful than a short burst of exercise once a week.
That's great advice. I think that's what we'll explore today. How to reawaken that internal pump safely, even for those who might have weak knees or balance issues. Because the good news is, this muscle doesn't need heavy training to respond.
Yes, The goal is not to build, but to restore function. Once the soleus starts working again, people often notice less swelling, lighter legs, and even better mental clarity. Circulation is not just a physical phenomenon, it refreshes the brain and heart as well.
That's such a profound point. I read a paper from the University of California describing how improving soleus activity can boost blood oxygenation throughout the body and reduce fatigue. It's like reactivating a forgotten power source.
Indeed. In Japan, we often say, the legs are the last to grow old if you care for them early. The challenge is that most people wait until pain or swelling appear before they act. But prevention, even a few minutes a day, is far more effective.
So, if we summarize the problem, as we age, we tend to move less. Our lower leg muscles, especially the soleus, weaken or become inactive, blood flow slows, and symptoms like swelling or instability appear. The solution, then, is to gently retrain that system.
Exactly. You are describing the bridge between East and West, awakening the body's inner mechanisms through gentle daily rhythm. Once you restore the lower body's pump, you restore life to the entire system.
Before we discuss the fix, I'd like to cover what many people get wrong.
Yes, missteps often come from good intentions. What do you see most?
First, believing that walking alone is enough. It helps the heart and lungs, but the ankle barely bends, so the soleus hardly works.
In Japan we say, the river's surface moves, but the depth is still. Walking moves the surface muscles, not the deep ones that hold you steady.
Second, people jump into heavy exercise, calf machines, jogging, without first waking the stabilizers. That often causes soreness or injury.
Yes, the body must remember before it can perform. Awaken the muscle, then strengthen it.
And third, footwear. Cushioned shoes protect, but they also block natural movement. It's like putting your foot in a soft cast.
That's why many of us walk indoors barefoot. Feeling the floor keeps the nerves alive and teaches balance again.
Exactly. Research calls that proprioception, the body's awareness of where it is in space. Barefoot practice, when safe, improves it.
East and West, same wisdom. When the soul feels the ground, the heart feels secure.
So what actually works?
Begin simply. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet flat. Lift your heels slowly, 10 or 15 times, pausing at the top. This gently reawakens the soleus, your second heart.
That's perfect physiology. With bent knees, the outer calf relaxes and the deep soleus takes over.
Then, once steady, try the standing version while holding a counter. Lift, pause, lower with control. 2 minutes a day is enough.
Small effort, big reward. Studies show these heel lifts push blood upward, improving circulation without stressing the joints.
And rhythm is the medicine. Every lift and release teaches your body calm movement again.
Exactly. This simple motion strengthens the leg pump, reduces swelling, and supports heart function.
It also revives ki, the inner flow of energy. When the legs move freely, the head clears, the mood lifts.
Modern science would call that improved oxygen delivery to the brain. Same result, different language.
The truth needs many names, but only one practice. Move with purpose each day.
I like that. Let's talk next about someone who tried it and what changed. Dr. Gee, I'd love to hear if you've seen this kind of transformation firsthand. Someone who restored their energy or balance simply by reactivating this hidden muscle.
Yes, I have. There was a woman named Yoko-san, 76 years old, when she came to see me. She had no major illnesses, but she felt her legs were growing heavier each year. She described walking as if her shoes were filled with sand. Her doctor told her to walk more, but she said the more she walked, the more swollen her ankles became.
That's such a familiar story.
Yes, so I taught her one small exercise, the seated heel lift. Just 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes before bed. I also asked her to stand up every 30 minutes during the day and lift her heels 3 times. Nothing strenuous, just consistency. After 3 weeks, she returned. She said, "Sensei, my feet feel light again." Her ankles were visibly slimmer, her energy brighter. But what touched me most was her words. "I feel like I'm standing in my life again."
That's incredible. From a Western point of view, that makes perfect sense. She reactivated the muscle pump, improved venous return, and reduced fluid retention. But the emotional side is just as important. Movement restores confidence.
Yes, the body remembers stability not only as balance but as trust. Trust in one's ability to move without fear. Once that returns, people move more, breathe deeper, and feel younger inside.
That story really captures the essence of what we're discussing. So let's give our listeners something practical. If someone wants to start today, what's the best simple plan they can follow at home?
Let us make it very simple, a short daily ritual.
Perfect.
First, in the morning, before breakfast, sit in a sturdy chair, keep your feet flat on the floor, knees bent at 90 degrees, slowly lift your heels 10 to 15 times. Feel the squeeze in the back of your lower legs. This wakes up the soleus, your second heart.
So that's step one, the seated heel lift, activating the pump gently.
Yes. Then, around midday, maybe while waiting for lunch to heat, do the same movement, but standing. Hold the edge of a table or counter for support. Lift your heels slowly, pause for 1 or 2 seconds and lower them carefully. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions. This connects the activation to your posture and balance.
Excellent. And then the final step?
In the evening, before bed, repeat either version, seated or standing, for 1 or 2 minutes. This helps drain fluid from the legs and prepares your circulation for rest.
So 3 short sessions, morning, midday, and night. That's only a few minutes total, but physiologically it's enough to maintain venous return throughout the day.
Exactly. The body thrives on rhythm, not force.
And for those who want to go further, they could eventually try the bent knee version, a single leg heel lift with the knee slightly bent. That one isolates the soleus even more. But only once balance and confidence improve.
Yes. Safety first, always. If there is dizziness or joint pain, one must stay seated. Gentle consistency brings lasting results. Intensity brings risk.
That's such an important message. I'd add one more thing for those listening, hydration. The calf pump can only move blood efficiently if the blood itself isn't too thick or dehydrated. So staying well hydrated supports this process.
Ah, very good. In traditional terms, we say, a dry river cannot flow.
I like that. So if we summarize, the soleus muscle, your second heart, helps push blood upward from your legs. It becomes inactive when we sit too long or move too little. Walking helps, but not enough. Simple heel lift movements can restore circulation, reduce swelling, and improve balance, safely and naturally.
And perhaps most importantly, it restores a sense of connection between your body and the ground, your effort and your vitality.
You know, what strikes me most about this is how small the effort really is. We often think health must be complicated, but here we're talking about 2 minutes that can literally improve how your heart and legs work together.
Simplicity is often the deepest medicine. The body does not ask for grand gestures, only for attention.
That's a wonderful line. So before we close, Dr. G, what final thought would you like to leave our listeners with today?
I would say this: aging is not the loss of strength. It is the loss of communication within the body. The mind forgets to speak to the muscles forget to answer. But when we bring them back into dialogue, as we have done today, life flows again.
That's profound.
The soleus may be small, but it represents something greater, the idea that even quiet, unseen parts of us hold great power when we care for them. If you practice this simple movement each day, you will feel not only steadier on your feet, but steadier in your life.
Beautifully said. Friends, you heard it from Dr. Hinohara. Start small, stay consistent, and your second heart will thank you. Try the heel lifts for 1 week, and let us know how you feel in the comments below.
Yes, share your experience. When people take small actions together, healing grows stronger.
Dr. G, thank you, as always, for your wisdom and calm perspective.
And thank you, Dr. John, for bridging the worlds of science and tradition so gracefully.
That's all for today's Senior Health Podcast. Until next time, stay steady, stay strong, and remember, the path to vitality often begins with the smallest step.
Or perhaps the smallest lift.
I like that. Take care, everyone.